Well, that looks a bit better. You will need a 12-inch spike, electrical tape, and about 200 feet of paracord. First, we're going to grind down the point and the sharp edges from the tip of the spike and grind a groove about a 1/4 inch deep, 1 inch down from the tip. Next, you need to cut your paracord into these lengths. Once you've cut the pieces for the inner layer, melt the ends of the 6.5 foot piece because you will not be removing the inner strands. A regular lighter can work for this, but a torch lighter works better. Remove the inner strands from the other 3 pieces. Well, the power's out, so switch to this portable workbench. Once you've melted all the ends, tie them onto the spike at the groove you cut earlier with some of the inner strands. Wrap it up and then tie a few knots, and then melt the ends into the knot. You're going to wrap from here all the way down to the end of the 3rd string with electrical tape, and then back to this point. Now remove all the inner strands from the pieces for the 1st and 2nd wrap. It helps to tie it to something heavy. Starting with the middle of the rope on the spike, you want to take one side, wrap it behind, under 2, over 2, then down to the bottom position on the side it began on. Then you want to alternate sides each time. When you start getting to the ends of the rope, just tape them to the centerpiece and keep wrapping down, but remove the piece of tape before you wrap over it. And continue the pattern by going under 2 and over 1. Just tape up the loose strings at the end. The weakest part of the whip is where the spike ends, so on the first layer, take some of the inner strands and wrap it around a few times to give it some more strength. Just like that. Now cut the ends off short and melt them into the knot. For the 2nd wrap, the pattern is going to be under 3 and over 2. Now we're going to make the fall. You're going to take a finishing nail and heat up the end red hot with your torch lighter. Now melt a hole through the side of the paracord. If you don't make the hole big enough the first time, just heat up the nail again and open up the hole a little bit more. So now it's just a big loop. Now you're going to put that over the end of the whip, then tighten it down so the pieces don't come loose. Next you want to take your shortest piece, wrap it around all the pieces including the fall, and through itself. Now you want to cut all of these short and then melt the ends. Now I'm going to show you how to tie on a cracker, which is this piece that actually makes the noise from the whip. Take a length, fold it over about 4 inches. Cut that. Old crackers can be very hard to take off sometimes, but if you just work at them, they'll come right off. So hold them in the center, then take one side and twist it up, then take the other side and twist it up in the same direction. Then you take both ends and let go of the middle. It'll wrap itself up like that. Then you want to take it and make a knot in the end. And then you want to cut the tip so that they're all even. Won't be as loud if not. So you want to take the fall, fold it over like that, put the cracker through the loop, put the end of the fall through the loop of the cracker, holding the loop at the end of the fall, tighten up the knot. Now let's hear how it sounds. Make sure to pick up your styrofoam when you're done. Any cups that are still intact are still useful. They're really good for holding gas.